We have witnessed the rapid growth of Islamic banking over the last couple of decades. Now, this growth is interlinked with increases in the number of Islamic banks and the number of conventional banks offering Islamic products and services through a dedicated window. That means the availability has improved, but also there is a change in customer preferences. That means there is a higher adoption of Islamic products. And digital transformation has been one of the top priorities for various Islamic banks across the world. Now it is driven by time to market and meeting changing customer expectations. Now with the advent of social media applications, customers now have access to some of the best user experience and they are demanding a similar enhanced experience in their internet and mobile banking. The Islamic banks have been partnering with FinTech companies and are working together to drive innovation in this space. The banks have usually expressed that it would have been easier if FinTech companies have prior knowledge and a strong understanding of Islamic banking and Sharia compliance. Now, most of these FinTech companies usually target the larger segment of conventional banks, and hence the number of tailor-made Islamic FinTech solution provider is limited. The current Islamic banking requirements are not limited to specific solutions, like something like traditional solutions such as core banking or digital channels. Now it has now expanded to various other areas such as wealth management, treasury, lending and risk management among others. Now it has led to improved investments by FinTech to develop Sharia-compliant solutions and improve the rollout of Islamic products and services. It is evident that there is a potential need for Islamic FinTechs that consider Islamic banking as their core area of innovation. Now let us understand the benefits of having a specialist Islamic FinTech solution providers for Islamic banking. Now there are many such benefits such as customer experience, time to market, Sharia compliance, scalability, financial inclusion, next-gen reach, investment access, R&D investments, FinTech ecosystems, and continuous innovation. Now, FinTechs are the key drivers of enhancing customer experience as most of these solutions are agile in nature and constantly enhance the experience of the Islamic banking customers. Now, banking at your fingertips and the transformation has actually contributed to a seamless experience. Due to the changing customer expectations, banks are required to release newer or enhanced version of these applications. Now, it is imperative that the banks are able to meet these changing expectations and focus on reducing their time to market. Partnerships with specialist players allow the banks to deliver at a faster pace and stay relevant in meeting the best-in-class customer experience. Now, although Islamic banks and financial institutions are willing to invest in establishing partnerships, however, many small to medium-sized banks do not have wherewithal to spend a lot of time in training these partners about Sharia compliance. Now, the expectation by the bank is very clear that whosoever FinTech player we are partnering with, they should have a prior knowledge of Sharia rules and regulations, and the proposed technology should adhere to the principles of Islamic banking. Islamic FinTechs provide much required scalability to the increasing volumes of customer transactions. Now, the growth rate of the number of Islamic banking customers is higher than the growth rate of conventional banking customers. With the increased adoption of digital banking among Islamic banking customers, the ability to scale has become highly relevant to address the needs of banks and their customers. Now, Islamic banking has opened a wider access to the unbanked or underbanked population. Now, customers that were initially hesitant to access banking services via conventional banking routes, now they are accessing these services, and it has significantly improved financial inclusion in various countries. Now, these FinTechs have helped various banks in fast-tracking this agenda by innovating in multiple digital solutions like digital onboarding. The average age of Muslims across the world is 24 years, and the community is comparatively younger and growing at a faster pace. It is important for the banks to address the needs of this growing segment, and the best strategy is to invest extensively in mobile applications and providing an overall digital experience by integrating their applications with third-party apps as well, which could address the non-banking needs of this segment. With growing demand for the Islamic banking products and services, more companies would be willing to invest in Islamic FinTechs, which would allow these FinTech firms access to better quality capital, and it would further drive innovation in Islamic banking. Specialist Islamic FinTechs should focus their research and development investments in the areas that are priorities for Islamic banking customers. Now, currently, there's a limited number of players who have pure play Islamic FinTech solutions, and most of the FinTech players develop a solution considering conventional banks as primary drivers and then modify those solutions based on the Islamic banking needs. Now, a greater focus on the Islamic requirements would help drive a first principles approach in designing Islamic banking products and services. As the number of Islamic FinTechs increases, the bank would be able to leverage the synergies from the ecosystem. Islamic banks are also positioned to fully utilize the potential of emerging technologies such as open banking, blockchain, and artificial intelligence, among others. A regional fintech ecosystem would play a much important role to address the needs of the customer based on the local culture. Like, for example, if we see Malaysia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Germany, UK, and many other countries who offer Islamic banking, they may have a similar innovation requirements which would eventually get customized based on the local needs. Specialist Islamic fintech players with access to better capital would be able to continuously invest in innovation. Now, Islamic banks could be interested in partnering or themselves investing with some of these fintech on a long-term basis. It is now evident that the demand for Islamic banking will continue to increase, and the role of a specialist Islamic fintech is evolving to meet the expectation and demand of the customers. Now, Islamic fintechs need to innovate and build a peer network and offer bundle solution. For example, consider a digital onboarding journey. Now, it is important that it's not just one player that fulfill the end-to-end requirement of the customer journey. It could be a combination of fintech players participating in a value chain that was fulfilling the journey. Hence, fintech should consider participating in a larger ecosystem and building more and more regional tie-ups. Now, to achieve this, now the fintech should focus on certain key areas like digital onboarding, process automation, wealth including robo-advisory, and digital lending. And there are some specialist areas such as Islamic treasury, sukuk, takaful, which could be of interest to emerging fintechs. Now, these fintechs should also focus on investing in capabilities such as software as a service, or popularly called as SaaS, open source, and low code and no code solutions, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, among others. Hence, growth of Islamic fintech is equally important along with the growth of Islamic banking itself. A healthy Islamic fintech sector could become the true backbone of the Islamic banking growth story.